Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Yakshas, episode 7, if you can believe it. And like every episode, we're going to start where we usually do, which is with a recap. However, I'm going to do something different because one of our guys has a nasty case of the ouchies in the throat, and I'm not going to make him do the recap. And also, Mike, you look high as shit right now. So, speaking
Hello.
of, Mike, 1 through 3, pick.
Three.
I didn't get any of that scream, Mike. I'm sorry.
Damn it, why is my mic blocking all of my loud noises? It happened yesterday too.
It's Discord.
Yeah, fuck you, I'm gonna go play with Discord settings, but 3.
Peter King, one or two.
1.
Brave man.
You
Rolling that
chose
1d3.
wisely. That's awkward.
All right. Daniel, you get to recap what happened last session.
Fuck if I know. Seriously, I'm rattled right now.
If you need to, you can phone a friend.
Okay, no, hold on, I'm thinking. Was that was after combat, right? So
Yes.
combat had already resolved. So we were on the ship, we accepted the mission, and then we were headed there to this island where Evil McEvilson was like, "Oh, you caught me. I really am evil, but I'm the lesser of two evils. So if you do what I wish, then you will be bringing down the greater evil." Something like that. And so we were like, well, we need to decide. Do we help him out and hopefully fuck over the bigger evil, which technically they're both the same evil because they're from the same corporation, but or rebellion, but one of them went too far and he was like, he's going too far. I want to stop him. So you work for me, you steal this from him, you give it to me, and I will make sure it's not used in an evil way. Also, there's some mysterious hints to cities in the US, including maybe fireworks releasing a currently viral plague across all of Washington, D.C. that Gunnar may have given James the idea for. But we don't know that. We just got a string of numbers. We have no idea. The numbers kind of correlate to cities. And my guy was like, I don't know what the fuck those are. Probably lizard numbers. And so we were headed there. And then names. Indiana was like, hey, can you help me with something? And Sen, being the great guy he is, was like, yeah, sure, I got you, man. And so they go up and she shows him that she's working on something. And I was like, I roll to see like how I can help, and I rolled really fucking well. So my guy just reaches his back pocket. She's like, yeah, I'm trying to make this, and as you can tell, it's an arm, but I can't quite get the pieces in there right to make it work. And he's like, oh, I got the piece right here. Pulls it out. Like, what you need to do, since you're working in a more confined space, use minuscule parts, and you use more of them. And he made it work. So she's working on top secret arm, and he's not going to tell a soul because it's going to be great when everyone finds out and they're all freaking out, and he was in on the know the whole time.
Then the captain takes the arm and beats you both to death with it, saying, I said no more secrets!
Exactly. And so we got off to our mechs, and we left the ship and went underwater, like just walking on the bottom, except I was flying, but someone wanted to be roped in with everyone, so I'm roped to everyone as I'm flying through the water.
Thank you for carrying a mech bigger than you.
You're welcome. And we get up there, we get to the drop point, we find the black box, and it's like a radio station, wasn't it?
It was a radio frequency along with a call sign. Or not a call sign, basically he won't talk to you unless you say the call signal.
And that's when we called him and we found out all that stuff. He's like, yes, truly. I work for, what's the company? What's the evil people?
Kairos.
I work for Kairos, it is true. But there's a greater power in Kairos trying to do evil, dastardly things. And I wish you to help me bring them down. And we're like, alright, cool. Hey, Captain, he's a bad guy. Do you want us to steal everything and bring it to you instead? Captain's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do that. Something along those lines. So we're like, yes, we'll help you. We'll get you the stuff. We'll steal the stuff from your compatriots and give it to you. Wink, wink, wink. And that's where we left off. We were still kind of deciding that part, but I think ultimately we're just gonna steal everything, fuck them all, and burn the whole place to the ground.
Yeah, but you also forgot to mention that they don't own this island. It's a bunch of third-party people who are in no way involved.
In fact, they're probably actually the good guys, if not a little ineffective. Like the UN Peacekeeping Task Force.
No, not that ineffective, because let's be fair, the Blue Tops don't do anything.
They don't do shit, you're right. That's a good point. They don't do shit except for eat a lot of food in North Africa when there's a famine going on.
Yeah. Well, we're not
They
gonna
just
burn
love
their
laughing
points.
at children.
I just meant we're gonna burn Kairos to the ground by making them all
Yeah.
betray each other over and over again. It's a great hierarchy and it works. And that is our current status. And you know, as much as I hate doing these, I also really love doing the recaps because of the way I just ramble and make things like crazy and it's fun. And it comes to me as I speak. That's the best part. I have no idea what happened until I start speaking. I'm like, oh yeah, and this happened, and this happened, and I'm like a little kid telling a story. And
Yeah,
then
I
this
was about to
happened,
say,
and then
very
this happened,
kindergarten. I
and
love
this
it.
happened. It was great. Yeah, welcome to my kindergarten self.
Soul.
Soul. Haven't been
Bob
uptight
appears
all
out of the
this
mist and shoots you all. Let's
Try it.
go back to the map of Pork Island.
You
Isla
mean
de
surprise
Cerdo.
Pikachu Island?
Yeah,
With
surprise
nipples.
Pikachu. I hate you all.
It's Surprise Pikachu Island with nipples. Come on, James.
Those-
Surprise
no, those aren't
Pikachu
nipples.
Island with nipples.
Those are his little hands. He's got a wristwatch.
No.
Did you
Hold on.
not
No.
Map
They're
page, James.
very,
Uh,
very clearly nipples.
You don't
can
have
see.
to yet. I'll let you know when we need maps. When we need map scope. Trust me, you'll know because this will be something I actually put time and effort into instead of just hitting random a bunch of times.
Listen, we do need the map screen right now because they need to see the Pikachu's nipples.
Those are hands.
Chip, do you
and
not
that's,
see?
That's a Fitbit.
This is areola. This is nipple. I'll stop sidetracking your game, James. I'm
So
sorry.
anyway, Surprise Pikachu Island. You guys were currently at the yellow square, but you kind of had the idea of going back underwater, going back around, going where that estuary is, or where like the delta, where that river
I burned
meets the
whole-
ocean. Now the island's on fire. This isn't Cosmos.
Ha!
Going to the blue spot, ditching your mechs and going on foot because you know that the bunker that you're looking for, the old EU bunker you're looking for, is somewhere here within Happy's main base. But it's probably not a good idea to go stomping around in there in the case of one of you, a 30-foot tall, probably 150-ton monstrosity. It's a lot easier when you're just on foot because the current weather situation, which reminds me, I need to put on the ambiance that our listeners can't hear because Roll20 and Twitch are bad people. But is currently a horrifically strong borderline hurricane tropical storm that the rain and all of the electric interference is messing with all their sensors and their alarm systems so that you guys could potentially sneak in if you wanted.
This is rain.
Yeah, there is rain.
Yeah, Frank is your backup plan. Because he's the least sneaky guy, but he has some pretty big explosive weapons and shit.
And we're leaving Kong over here to be the distraction when it's time for us to get the hell out.
Yes. That's right. We were going to do that, weren't we? I was kind of zoning out by the end of last session. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Wow. Any other parts
nice
of the plan you want to discuss?
So
Well, I have a nice little stealth drone now, so I can like scout ahead when we need to.
Fair.
That was all James's idea. That's my favorite part.
Huh.
No, I just made it turn invisible instead of just be quiet.
Huh.
I oopsie poopsied.
You did oopsie poopsie. But the best oopsie poopsie
one that helps my players.
Yeah.
So you guys were going to dip back down into the pitch black water and slip back around.
You know, I hate
We're
that.
gonna slip around like a sneaky snake.
I'm
Sneaky
slippery.
snack.
But yeah, you guys would be able to do that with relatively little issue. Do you guys rope back up in order to? All right, everybody, hold hands. Don't get lost. Find your line, buddy.
Of course, we are in tumultuous seas. There's a tropical storm going on. Even even cargo liners that are huge get washed away to never be seen again with this kind of weather.
So we are going from the black box to the blue box?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the black box was like you guys were near the yellow box. The black box was like where Zeminiar said, "All right, here's like the best place to land because you're not going to be either bumping up directly next to one of their alarm towers or like sensor banks. And you
Right.
can't land on the north shore because it's too shallow and muddy, and there's no way you'll get any traction. You'll just get stuck."
Right.
So you guys make your way back down through the darkness of the ocean. Eerily quiet. The storm is so horrendous up there that like even the sea life that would normally be here around what you could consider the shallows, even though it's at least 50 to 100 meters deep, it'd be a lot more populated. But the only thing you see every now and then is you see fish that are very clearly sick, very clearly infected,
Hmm.
and just they don't really do anything but swim in a straight line. They've obviously lost all sense of their wherewithal, what little wherewithal fish already have.
Yeah,
Fish
just
are
bonking
stupid.
into shit.
Yeah, like occasionally they'll like bump into one of you. You might hear like a soft thump against the cockpit.
I love the idea of an infected dolphin that just slams into one of the mech.
I was gonna say, like, slams into mine, like the fucking assassin or annihilation nexus just detaches, goes,
God.
and I'm like, no, don't.
You do know there are stories that the most dangerous thing in the sea that can be infected because of how quickly and how quickly the infection takes over their body is mollusks and
Jellyfish?
cephalopods.
Yep.
Jellyfish don't have a brain though. They're just gonna keep doing what they're doing. It's just now they got some extra spicy rocks.
They get a rock and they just sink to the bottom of the ocean.
But
Aggressor.
like there are stories of giant squids coming out of the depths to attack boats because they get so confused when they're infected and so angry and frightened. But you're just
I
dealing with
killed
like
them.
fish, little fish. Like
I
every
just
now and then.
imagine all of those squids are voiced by Christian Haydenson in Attack of the Clones. Just, I killed them all. Not just the men, but the women and the children too.
I sank them all. I sank their battleship.
God.
But eventually following the shelf of the island, like the continental shelf of it, you get into this more protected bay. So the waters even deeper down become a lot calmer, though a lot choppier as you start to approach the surface. And true to what Zminiar said, a lot of the shores on this island are very shallow and don't have a lot of sand or gravel. They're mostly mud. So especially Ogre, but especially Kong, you guys are having to struggle and fight to get your grip on your footing and then get your feet out of the muck and the mire, only to get sunk in a little bit deeper the next time, hoping that you can get to the shoreline where things are a bit more sturdy.
Oh, I'm trying to like fly through the water. I'm going, getting yanked back as they stick, and I'm like, tempted just to detach that part of my body and keep going. Like they just walk forward and there's just like a drone just hovering with a rope tied to it. And like, God damn it, Sin!
Frank is right behind Sin as he's walking, And he's playing Yellow Submarine over the comms just to be a dick.
Actually, like you guys have surfaced by now, or at least you're breaching the water's edge, and you're still, I assume, tuned into the bandwidth of like the people on the island because you managed to like tap into their comms.
Mm-hmm.
You breach the surface, and it's you're in like a protected thicket. There's a very small stream that empties out here into this little bay. And there's a lot of different tropical trees that are growing in patches here along the beach, along with shrubs and grasses. Makes good cover. But you pop out, and after a while you hear the radio crackle on. It's like, CENTCOM, this is H1. Go ahead, Horizon 1. Anyone else getting... Who's piping in music? I don't hear
Frank
any...
turns off the music slowly, eases off of it.
I don't know. Probably nothing. Probably those boys playing the easy listening station again. What's that supposed to mean? I'm just saying, we're stuck out here on this island. You might as well play something worth listening to. I'll keep that in mind, H1. CENTCOM out.
Oh, you have no idea how tempted Frank is to just start blasting fucking Slayer.
Oh no, what you actually need to play is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies.
Now that's easy listening.
By the way,
And
James,
maybe-
if you're playing music, I can't hear it.
Oh, it's just like... It's called Dark and Stormy. It's just like ambience. It's like rain and thunder.
Yeah.
Mm.
And as you guys are settling into this thicket, which the trees are tall enough that even Kong can comfortably pretend to hide and not be immediately spotted as the giant robot monkey, like a peal of lightning cracks the sky and lights everything up as bright as day for a moment. And you see another mech, maybe 200 yards out, on patrol, just slowly marching off in this direction. So if I were to freehand it, he's sort of going in a motion like that away from all of you.
Right. And where we landed here?
Yeah, you're in that blue square.
Okay, so we were gonna put Kong like over here as a distraction, right?
I think that was your get out of jail thing, was have Kong have a...
For when we leave.
Yeah, Kong can return back on his own. He is a fully
Oh yeah.
unleashed. Essentially.
That's
King.
right.
King is fully sapient on his own.
Yeah.
That can as well. He's because he's able to do independent thought now, but he's not. Going to. He's going to stay here for extraction.
Frank's gonna go. Hey, if we need a distraction, by the way, I could light a fire somewhere. And that's not just me wanting to burn shit. There's a lot of lightning going on. Forest fire could easily start.
In the rain.
That's a
Yeah,
good point.
yeah. Ain't you never seen a forest fire? Fire don't care if it's wet. Fire only cares if there's fuel.
Sure, we could try that.
Sure, probably have the fire up north. We can split their attention between that and Kong when it's time.
Sure, if you want me to go and get in position up there, I can trek on over.
Oh, sounds like somebody doesn't want to get inside without his mech.
No. Don't worry. I can kill anybody who tries to come at me and have before. It's more of an issue of, I think y'all are trying to be all sneaky breaky, and meanwhile, my main assets are a shotgun, a grenade launcher, and a chainsaw. So, not exactly built for stealth.
Well, I'm not that sneaky either, but I just figure once we get in there,
Frank, I have a
the
question.
sneaking is over and time to assault.
Frank,
Yeah, what's up, Sen?
why the hell do you have a chainsaw inside your mech?
Because it's badass. Next question.
Oh, never mind. Remind me to make a stealth chainsaw.
I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you do
No,
that.
can it just be that the chainsaw turns invisible but doesn't fucking be quiet?
Maybe.
God,
I know that
that'd
as
be
the
so
DM,
neat.
I'm supposed to be doing a lot of yes-anding, but there are times where Daddy has to put his foot down and say no.
Hey, remember
Can't have
that
candy
time?
before dinner.
Remember that time that I gave you guys bagpipes that made you invisible when
Okay.
you were playing them, but they were fucking bagpipes?
And there's a reason we didn't use them.
You used them once. To pretty good effect, if I remember correctly.
Probably, but we also did a lot of hoon shit in that campaign.
True, but it was good hoon shit.
But
But-
you guys, are you guys going to well, who all is getting out, and who all is actually going to follow up the stream up north?
I'll disembark. I figure if we're on our way out, Frank can just light some fires behind us. I have the plasma gun, meaning I can just literally make patches of the ground burn for the next like actual 24 hours.
That's fair. And with the wind as bad as it is, even if the
Oh,
rain
yeah.
is a thing, the wind will
Mhm.
probably carry that fire to other things to burn.
Plus, the initial start point for the fire is TBK, which is written in the book as something that can burn until there is no fuel and continue burning. So,
It's basically super napalm.
yeah, it's if you took Agent Orange and Napalm and mashed them all together, and then Fortunate Son starts playing, but 2,000 decibels too loud, and everyone dies.
Pretty
Good
much.
time.
Way too elaborate. I love it.
Yeah, you guys have to really hold, like, when you go to pop the hatch, you ever been trying to open up a car when it's real windy and you're not holding on to the door right?
Yeah.
You get the hatch open hard enough, and you're all strong guys and gal, and you have to hold on to that hatch so that it doesn't go flying and slamming off the opposite direction when it gets caught just right by the wind. And you also probably have to, it's probably smart for you guys to quickly disembark so that the interior doesn't get drowned, because it's raining pretty hard out.
I would like to leave my mech running.
Okay, you can easily have your NHP basically keep it running, but it can't do anything. Even if it's
Yeah.
like spotted or attacked, it won't do anything.
Yeah, no, the Agni, the only thing with the Agni is I'm just like, alright, calibrate to maximum heat efficiency.
Yeah, it basically is going to try and keep itself heat neutral, not generate any heat, not lose any heat, and try and fit in with the background.
Yeah. Okay. Hell yeah.
Set's Set's gonna just deploy himself into multiple locations.
It's gonna what?
But like his drones kind of make up his body, so like all the temperature.
You still have a
Oh.
frame, though, so there's still a
yeah.
mech-sized frame.
It'll be
I
a
like
little
the
bit thinner
idea-
and harder to see though.
I was about to say, I like
That's
the
fair.
idea that the mech frame is so light it just gets blown away.
Because I have like a core frame where I sit, but the majority, that's like the whole thing with the Hydras. A lot of his body is just detached drones, but mine are like they form into a body, and then detach as they're needed. So he puts all the drones out around him, except the core ability drones. Those would stay. That's the
Yeah, I was gonna
majority
say,
of
to
his
use
bulk.
your core point,
Yeah,
you ain't getting that back.
All right, King, head back to where we started, and when I give you the word, start. Well, if you have any targets of opportunity at that point, fire on them. But otherwise, just don't fire on the building we're in.
Understood, Captain. At your order, I will go ape shit.
Awesome.
There's a thud to the ground as Kong turns its happy fat ass around and starts doing the Godzilla walk back into the ocean. He returned to monkey, returned to fish.
Oh yeah. He rejects modernity and embraces monk.
Mm-hmm.
Ooga.
So
Ooga booga.
you guys start following the stream up, and actually, it's not too long. The trek is arduous, not for anything but the terrain, although the terrain is very, very craggy, very covered in scree. This is a very desolate island. Every now and then you might see a more lush patch of ground, but you don't ever really see anything that's like, oh yes, island. But it's the wind and it's the rain making everything slick, and the fact that it's pitch black other than the occasional crack of thunder and lightning that lets you see before you stumble across the base that you were looking for. And the base is not quite as intricate as this one, but it is composed of at least 5 large hangar buildings, a central command building, and what seems to be a smaller sensor building off to the side, along with 6 upright fuel containers that are probably 15 feet tall.
Big
Connected
smile on
together.
Frank.
I was just going to say connected together by a catwalk.
What is this from?
These are the
Mhm.
abandoned
Go blowing that up
hotels
before we're out
on
of
the
here.
north of Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's what I was
Turned
thinking.
into a military base.
That was what I was
Oh.
thinking.
I knew it looked familiar.
I just like that, I guess what is the pool kind of looks like the bunker you guys are looking for, because yes, towards the center of the base, around what you assume to be the motor pool, is the bunker. And it's dim light out. They've got like the flood lamps on to try and... But there's nobody out. Nobody's outside right now.
Hmm.
Good
And it's not
reason.
fenced
Humans
in or
don't get
anything.
killed.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said with good reason. This rain, humans will need gills to do this.
Yeah.
Glug glug.
Yeah, there's maybe like a cheap chain link fence around, but there's probably a few patches where the wind has been bad enough today that it is not broken, but it has certainly leaned over.
Frank's like, all right, well, let's get to work then. Who's taking up point? I'll bring up rear.
I got it.
All right. The 4 of you start marching. You find a nice place where you can step over the fence and get inside, and it brings you close to these like hangar areas, and you would surmise them to probably be mech bays given their height. They're taller than what you would be like an aircraft hangar, because aircraft tend not to be very tall, they tend to be wide. Right, Indiana has turned invisible. Swoopy.
All right. Sounds good.
What is your approach towards the bunker at the center like?
It's going to be a curve around. Make sure we don't cross through too many floodlights.
Fair. Probably keeping behind the hangars.
Let's let
Yeah.
Indiana do her thing. She's the one kitted out for this. Let's let her do some forward scouting.
That works.
And in Indiana, you can easily pass by, no problem. You
my-
see, as you go in, it's kind of built around a central
hold on.
square.
Hold on. Probably also Sin's bringing his stealth drone, right?
Yeah, so I can send up in the air, which would also allow me to aid Indiana on where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then this will also count. You'll get like the bird's eye view of this, but this will still count.
Right.
It's all built in a square pattern around the bunker at the center. The bunker doesn't seem like it's necessarily being used for much, but it helps as being like a central landmark that they can build around. And you have like the barracks, which are right now very hastily double, triple fastened down those like long military tents. Not like regular tents, but like pop-up barracks. And then you also have like the motor pool, which is something similar, but for cars instead of people. Then on one side, like off to the west, you have the 5 mech bays. To the north, you have the fuel station in the main command hub, and towards the southeast, you have that little CENTCOM station. You surmise it to be because for Indiana, you can see the satellite dishes, and Sen's drone looks like satellite dishes from up top. It's the only thing that really has anything on the roof.
I'm seeing the sabotage target.
All right.
Yeah, Indiana designates back to you guys a target, and in this case, it is the CENTCOM building.
Yep. So I prefer the same thing. Like, we can take out those satellite dishes. We can potentially prevent backup from coming.
I could
Yeah, it'd
probably.
be nice to find so they don't call those giant mechs they have in while we're outside of ours.
I got a little printer. I could probably make something real quick. Print something to put a cap on these things.
The generators, since you were asking, are tucked up against the main building in like a very out-of-the-way corner with more brick walls jutting out to provide cover for them. And they're roofed, but with like a corrugated iron. Indiana also designates the generators to you. So you have the generators, which are up north. Then the southeast corner, you have the CENTCOM building.
Yeah, and there's that fuel depot as well. What if we had a synchronized sort of situation where one
You got the
person's
power and the communications at the same time.
yeah, and then we blow then we cut some of that stuff in motor pool to let them all blow around the area, and we blow up their fuel depot.
But
I would throw them into a bit of
We still need to get those plans though, so we don't want to blow up too much.
Right, let's
Course,
avoid blowing
course.
things up.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that would probably give us enough confusion to at least get out.
Indiana, you get close up to the bunker, and it's a fairly straight shot into it. You see the rise of the bunker, which is covered in earth over the top of it, but the door is there, and it doesn't appear like they keep it locked, but it is a large double set of heavy steel doors with very heavy, kind of rusted with age, crank handles. You can hear people talking, but they're in the barracks. There's no one, like, watching the bunker. And most of the people there are just, like, complaining about the weather.
Even military bases, they all talk about the weather.
You go to the door, and thankfully, because of the wind and the lightning and the thunder, there's enough going on that they don't really hear the sound, because when you start to pull on the the handle to get it into the open position. It's loud, it's creaky. You can hear the internal mechanisms are obviously rusted with age. It's a very heavy door, so you have to really force it and you have to struggle with it a little. You also see emblazoned on the front of the door is the symbol of the European Union. But yeah, you do make it in.
All right, I'm gonna make an executive decision. Sin, are you gonna be able to take out that comms if we need to? Would you be able to get in a position?
I probably could. I
All
do
right.
have an Omni hook and mag boots.
You do. Omnihook is actually an internet thing, though, unfortunately.
I have mag clamps, not mag boots. I
Okay,
have mag
that's
clamps
yes.
and the
Yeah.
Warren Commission.
You do have the Warren Commission as well, yeah.
I don't think that Professor Oak speaks in your head. There's a time and a place for everything, and JFK was not assassinated.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, well, if you want to mosey on up there, that would probably be a good idea in case Indiana catches some flack.
All right, yeah. I'll make my way over there.
You do. You start making your way over there. How do you cut across, just for my sake?
Where am I coming from?
From the west side behind the mech bays.
And it's on the east side.
Yeah, it's on the southeast side.
I'll probably just stay low. Should I go along the fence or just stay along in the bushes? Are there cameras? Like, do I see any cameras?
Maybe roll for that. Read a sitch.
Wait a sitch.
Will he get a bonus from his
Yeah, it's like my
floating
drone.
ass drone?
Yeah, I'll give
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I'm playing your character. My bad.
No, you're good. That's actually what I was about to ask. You good?
you you don't really need it.
I know.
Yes, but they are all facing out. They're trying to keep an eye on things outside the fence. As long as you're inside the fence, they shouldn't see you. And also, the weather is hellacious. They might not have good range right now.
Yeah. Then I'll just stay inside the fence. If we've gotten that far.
You guys are inside the fence.
Nice.
Yeah. Then I'll
Keep
just stay
along the
inside
fence.
the fence. Yeah. Keep low.
Keep low. There's not a lot to keep low behind. This is built in a very sparse part of the island, and you assume that maybe even they kind of pulled up a lot of the stuff because you don't want to provide a lot of cover in a
It's more
situation
keep low,
like this.
so I'm not just like a standing figure walking
Yeah.
along the fence.
That does help a lot. But you get to the CENTCOM station, and it's just a small concrete building, the very wide roof, very flat roof, and the windows are there. There's lights on. You can look in and see people are at different comm stations. You see what you assume to be the woman that you've heard the Horizon team speaking to as CENTCOM, so the woman in charge with her big headset on.
Lady in red.
Heh.
Yeah, she's actually she's wearing a black and like very bright cyan blue hooded jacket on.
She get lost in the water. What?
No, this is for Sen,
to get in.
because Sen went to the CENTCOM building.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go on top though, because I got back.
All right.
And I'm good at making things like something that could interfere or messing with the wires to cause a little interference. Especially during a storm, interference would be unheard of.
And I'm gonna give Sin like a handful of like small plastic objects that he could like insert in the circuitry from my printer.
That's
Stuff to just
fair.
display stuff.
Mhm.
I also have the Omni hook. I thought that was like a grapple hook thing.
No, the Omni Hook lets you tap into satellite internet It's like a field communication device.
Wait,
I gave that to you, remember? Because I
Right.
out of the 2 things that we could get, I got myself a chainsaw, and then I got an Omni hook because the group needed it, and I gave you that Omni hook because you're the one who could use it most effectively.
what kind of role is that to use it?
It'd be like a hacker fix.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't put it
anything
as-
with hacking, because it's hacking because software.
Yeah.
So I should not have this.
Oh, I thought you had hacking
Well,
ability.
I put it down as repair fix. I guess that would probably be hack fix, wouldn't it?
Right. Yeah, the example trigger is hack or fix, but if
Okay.
you put repair or fix,
Well, that's the
It-
same thing. It's 2 words.
Right.
Yeah, repair and fix are kind of the same thing.
yeah.
So it would be hack or fix, but
Okay.
we can just
Yeah,
retcon that because that's not that big a deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was probably tired.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you-
Okay.
Clamp your way onto the building. Thank God it's got thick concrete walls meant to withstand small arms fire and small scale explosions, or else they might wonder why it sounds like someone stomping around on the walls and then up on the ceiling.
With this storm,
It'd be a little too rhythmic. Like someone's footsteps.
Quick, stagger your footsteps.
well, she's got headphones on too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're fine. I was just saying.
Yeah.
You get up there. It's very windy, but you make your way over to the satellites.
Magnums.
All right. Excellent.
And that's probably about the time when Indiana would probably do her thing.
Yeah, Indiana,
messing
you
with
have opened the door. The way to the bunker is open. Can't really see down in there. You see like a long descending staircase and a very small light at the bottom.
Let's go.
All right, I assume you signal to the others that you know the way, and they follow the queen.
I am going to.
Should I
I'm
toss
probably-
you my silenced pistol?
I'm going to say. I'm gonna say. Sorry, Howler. If you want to go with Indiana, I'm gonna post up near the generators and the fuel depot and get some shit set up.
There we go. 2 people
Yeah.
inside, 1 person on each source. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
GM, would you like me to make a blow shit up roll to set up some explosives on both of these things?
Or some kind of trigger to pop it.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Kick. Please, RNGesus, don't let me roll like I've been rolling. Hey! Frank knows how to blow things up.
No!
I will say there is going to be one complication. You're going
Yar.
to be stuck there a while because while you're setting shit up in the generators,
Uh-huh.
and these are like big industrial sized generators to power
Sure.
both the base and the bunker.
Yeah.
Through the rain, because even though you're inside, so you can kind of hear just a little bit outside, hear like the footsteps of someone on the gravel. You probably tuck yourself in behind one of the generators.
Yeah.
You see this poor guy. He looks like he'd rather be anywhere else right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just pull out the generic happiest soldier thing. Dressed kind of like that. Except he
Yeah.
doesn't have a sick maul katana.
Oh, man.
right? There'd
he's-
be your stealth weapon.
He's drenched. Everything's like stuck to him. Pulls down the like bandana, and you can see he's an infected. But he does have the nothing on him is Kairos, but you do see the Happia emblem.
Yeah.
But he's just like fucking bullshit pants, straws, and it's fucking worst night ever to have that shit. And he's like working on one of the generators, getting put back to like doing some basic maintenance on it.
Yeah, and like maybe on the back of the generator where he's probably not going to access, there's already a big fucking lump of Simtac.
Mhm.
Like a couple blasting caps. Frank just has his shotgun in hand, like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
And he's not there very long. After a moment, he like you hear a ringing, and he starts talking to his ring. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm done. Coming back." And he picks up a box of tools, real quickly puts it into his jacket so it doesn't blow away. Pulls back up the bandana, and he goes off.
Deep sigh from Frank once the door closes, or wherever, whatever, he gets far enough away, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just what Frank is doing. He's creeping around the base in the shadows the best he can in heavy armor, setting up explosives on high value points.
Oh, this reminds me of Thief.
Yeah, he'd probably be like, man, this reminds me of the first Call of Duty whenever you blow up all the trucks and you can't beat... man, whatever. He's like talking to himself under his breath.
For
Howler
Howler
gets
and
in and
Indiana.
gets shouldered by Indiana. He tenses. Like, oh, I don't like invisible people touching me.
For
Just
their sake,
fingers or something.
you guys go down the stairs. Quite a few. It's quite a long ways. In fact, by the time you get to the bottom of the stairs, you don't really hear the weather outside anymore. There's a one on the floor, obviously first floor.
Oh, and Howler, did Sin? Did you give Howler the silenced pistol?
I would have given it out, yeah,
Or Sin rather? Did you give? Yeah.
because I'm gonna be up on the roof, so I probably would have handed over that because I'm not gonna need it. I'm buried within satellites.
Excellent.
But yeah, there's a one on the floor. You get inside, and it seems like they've kind of converted this first floor of the bunker to be like storage or something. And there's a guy inside who's just like classic like anywhere with a guard situation. There's like a little booth that he's in, and he's just like having fallen asleep, head in his hand, a book of Sudoku puzzles in front of him that have been like violently erased. He's obviously, he's just asleep.
He'll whisper, you or me. So it is quieter.
All right, James.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about non-lethal damage in this game?
If you can describe it to me in such a way that it's feasible, I'll let you do non-lethal damage. I'm not going to be a big, you're technically using it this way. The only time I won't allow that is like guns, because yeah, you can shoot someone in the leg all you want, but there's a good chance you shot them where you shouldn't in the leg.
That's why you shoot him in the stomach.
No.
Because I'm asking to use Master Swordsman. Do you take the combat knife and hit him in the back, hit him in the head with the pommel?
That's fair. You won't kill him, you might cause brain injury, but it's not your problem.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Doesn't kill you, makes you
Oh boy, I wish that were true.
Or it gives you irreversible drain damage.
Oh no, I hope I didn't brain my damage.
As my friend Sage would say, "Poimen damage."
Yeah, I'll let you roll to knock the guy out. And I'll let you have like an accuracy, because he's not going anywhere. He's sleepy.
Go ahead. Take him out.
accuracy?
Yeah, I'll let you have a point of accuracy since he's asleep. He's not moving.
Okay, it didn't roll the accuracy. 1 sec.
That's why I was quiet.
20.
Should have been like, oh no.
Perfect.
But yeah, he doesn't even make like. He might wake up a peep just when you get like real close, but then you hit him just right, he's like, oh! Falls out of his chair.
Owler will pick him up and get him back in his chair. Look like he just fell asleep on the job.
Oh, and he's got a nasty bump on the back of his head where you're like,
Get
ooh,
my
I
hat.
hope they have a CAT scan.
Huh.
Yeah, he probably had the happy beanie laying around. You put that on his head. For some reason, they have very particular style because I'm not gonna make a whole bunch of different tokens, so they're all the same person. Cloning exists, not really, but
Very cool.
yeah, he's out. There's not a lot here.
Yeah.
So, no, it was Bob. I didn't get to tell you about his magnificent red beard and rippling biceps. Who knew that Bob was bad at Sudoku? But, yeah, there's in here, there's a lot of, like, boxes that have things like military supplies, so, like, MREs, spare ammunition, all seems to be, like, NATO, or MTO. Forgot NATO doesn't exist. And other, like, basic stuff, replacement parts, but towards the back, you see there's an elevator that has a very posted, danger, do not enter, and then a set of stairs that go down.
I'm to take to the stairs. Quietly.
Alright. Let me switch this up for them, because you can no longer hear that. So you guys go down to the first floor. Pop yourselves out here, down at the bottom left hallway. Or I can pop it out for you if you need.
Pop, pop.
Not Kong!
No, that's called.
Boom!
Has arrived.
Why did he come out as
I
Kong?
don't big shit. Oh no, did we have this problem? Yeah, we had this problem. Hold on.
I mean, he could just be Kong.
No. No.
But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
No. No. Okay, what you need to do is instead of dragging out your character from the sheet, when you go into your character sheet, yeah, when you go into the page and go to bio and info and you hover over your token, there will be like a little icon that pops up in the top left. Drag that out.
Ah.
Because I made your guys' default tokens
Damn it.
your mix. Yeah, you guys
Spotted.
pop out down here. And the moment you get down to the bottom of the stairs, like you've barely set foot, this woman's voice reverberates through this echoing, empty bunker floor and says, "This is a restricted area. Automated security systems online."
Oh,
Crap.
Jen, do you radio back to us?
Yes. Better cut everything, guys, especially power. We got automated security down here, and things are about to get hot.
Frank's like, all right, Sen, count of 10, we drop it all.
Okay.
And yeah, Frank's just like, 1, 2, 3, oh fuck it, 10, and he just fucking blows it.
So and there is a wave of force that hits you even before the rest of the explosion, that even with your mag clamps nearly knocks you off your feet, as this billowing plume of orange and yellow like a mushroom just erupts out, bits of shrapnel and other explosive things flying upwards, blowing out themselves into other smaller explosions,
Was I even needed for
brightening
this part?
everything up.
Go!
It's like, was I even needed up here?
Yeah, because what if they got backup power specifically for their radio system?
Yeah, is there, am I getting anything to the radio system?
Yeah, yeah, like immediately it's like, Setcom, what the hell was that? We can see that from over here.
Yeah, too bad they're not getting that signal. What should I say? Can I respond?
If you tap into their comms, you could respond for them, yes.
Yeah. What should I say?
I love the idea of you thinking of something to say to them, though.
Hey.
Lightning struck the generator.
You need to say, no, everything is fine. We have a very large reactor leak here. It is very dangerous. We have it under control. How are you?
How are you?
No, I would
Fine
just-
here now.
I would cause like there be the static, so my voice is kind of hard to hear. But essentially try to get through like lightning struck a generator. Lightning struck a generator.
Yeah, you hear them talking back and forth, like, I don't know, Fletch, do you think we should go back? Fuck it. Sencom, H123, we're on our way back.
No need, we got men on it.
No
We'll get
need, we
back
can
up.
see the explosion from here.
Like I said, lightning struck a generator. We got men trying to get the backups up. We'll be fine. You keep
Who
an eye
is
out.
this?
What's your designation?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Fred-
like I'm like
Say again, we lost you there. Who the fuck is this?
there's just static like being picked up.
Frank is going to hit on the comms and just like he's going to fucking patch in just like mariachi and just start speaking in Spanish over it, just to seem like there's another fucking radio signal going on and interfering.
God damn it, Watchman. Did they say anything about locals having something off coast? I don't know. I think that's what this is. I'm hearing mariachi music. What the fuck do you think's going on? Don't yell at me, it's not my fault.
I love that. Just like mucho, 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 like sort of thing. Just like
Right.
fucking-
Alright, Captain, if you want my suggestion, why don't you go back? Me and Ram will stay here. Fine. Alright, Sencom, if you can hear me, or whoever is out there, just stay put. We'll see what that was.
Yeah, I switch. I keep one of my comms going, and then I switch to another channel on a second channel, just like our team channel patch in. All right, we got a limited window. I think I could fuse the shit out of them. Yeah.
Down here.
Down there, the lights flicker. They don't go out.
Oh no!
You hear
Yeah.
deep into the floor, you hear something, you hear turbines spinning up on their own. The bunker has separate power for itself.
Of course it does. Damn it.
But ever since you've gotten that warning, it's been quiet. Nothing.
It's just a bunch of D&D traps, pitfalls, spike traps, Dart traps.
So all of these are different rooms, aren't they?
Yes, you can. Might be a little dark
Hi.
because the lights went real dim, but you can see that the metal doors that lead to these different rooms.
Are they all closed and locked, or?
Nope. I mean, they're closed, but they're open.
Okay. So it's time to check out rooms to see if there's any ones that have paperwork.
And you see on the floor where there was a 1 on the floor above you, this one just says B.
Or basement.
Correct. But you probably saw when you were upstairs and you were looking at the elevator, there were 3 floor lights. Yeah, I will. Indiana, if you went ahead, I will stop you guys when you get here. Howler, how far back are you following her?
Well, she's
Depends on if she's visible or not.
She turned
No.
invisible.
She's been invisible. He's been guessing.
I've been assuming she's been with me. And an invisible Indiana.
I just need to know, how far closely were you following where you think she was?
Oh, actually, I thought she was following me. She was probably a bit ahead because I'm clueless.
Where is it? Indiana, you get there first, and you see the turret hanging down from the ceiling. And Howler, if you come up to the corner, you hear a loud beep 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 as it whirls around to face in your direction. And yeah, there's a skeleton slumped up against the wall with a lot of dried blood stains around.
That's weird.
That's not good.
That's just suspicious. Have they even been down here?
Hopefully not more than once.
It's a bit of a reach, but you could hit it. I mean, you could probably hit it. It'd be a very difficult thing to do, but you could hit it in like its ammo feed and stop it from having any ammunition left. You can attempt. By your leave.
By all leave, my leave.
You will make a regular swing with your Master Swordsman with a degree of difficulty.
Kitty cat, kitty cat. Oh, you're a kitty cat, kitty cat.
You don't hear that, though.
Nice.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn. So yeah, you... Sweet! Shit! The ammo belts break. Some ammunition comes scattering out of the 2 boxes it was being fed out of. It whirls around, fires off a few rounds in where it thinks it was being attacked from, but then all you can hear as it whirls around in a circle is a lot of click, 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 click. Well, the both of you are almost deafened because these were like machine guns going off in a small hallway.
Yeah.
the closer you guys are to these two walls, you can hear the humming. You assume the generators must be somewhere inside the wall. How they get access to it? There's no way in that you can find immediately. But as you come to this area, there's a wide screen that covers almost the whole of the wall back here, with a display of a map of the world with all sorts of stuff pointing to different areas, different readouts. It's all in French and German, though. I would prefer you to be on the map screen. I'm sorry. I should have said that.
Hello.
Transition over. Was a shorter thing.
Oh, okay. Whoopee.
I didn't say anything too important. Nothing I can't say again.
And we're back.
All right, welcome back. Now you can see the lovely map I spent some time building today. Yes, up to the top of this map, you see there's a catwalk over a small drop into this room with metal flooring. You see some very old style console computers set up. 4 sets of them with 2 pillars as support for the room. And at the back, kind of covering most of the wall, is a map of the world. A lot of different readouts in different areas. There's things pointing to different things. Can't get a lot of context though, because as I said earlier, it's in French and German predominantly. There's some other European languages scattered in here and there.
And English isn't one of them?
There is, but it tends to be more stuff, especially when it's like pointing to the United Kingdom. These seem to be, going off the English, what you can read, these are replies coming back about something.
Oh, okay, I see.
Basically, they send out messages, they get the replies back here, and they coordinate strategy from there. Where's Francois can speak French. She is from Nolens. Alright, you take those photos, and other than that, one turret. You see like another spot where there would be a turret here to guard the other way for this hallway, but it appears that it is stuck and can't get out, which is good for you. There was only the one.
Nothing looks like any paperwork or a disk or any sort of data that can be retrieved.
You see, at the fronts and backs of the walls, these sorts of areas, they have what look like fax machines that have printouts of all the information that's on the screen in paper form. And it looks like no one's been there to tend to them for a while, and a lot of it's just empty paper that's fallen out.
That's great. He starts wrapping paperwork, piling it all up. Wouldn't happen to have a plastic bag, Indiana?
Did you see my question?
Ah, sorry. I don't see an access panel. Know how to get in there. Is there an access panel anywhere? Something to...
Probably fuck around with the computers and see. But around this time, the whole bunker trembles. For just a little bit, there's this rumbling that echoes through it. Even the smallest sound carries down here. Just as quickly as that violent shaking comes, it's gone.
Frank, was that last shake you?
Did we feel a shake there, James?
That was the boom.
Oh, that was the boom. Yeah. Be like, yeah, that was us.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we got a time window though.
Gotcha. So, he's checking the computer to see if he can find anything to access the generators.
You see, as soon as you start fiddling with the displays, you see come out on them Veuillez insérer une pièce d'identité. Veuillez insérer une pièce d'identité.
Is there anything that has what looks like it could be a yes/no button icon? Or is it
See, like
asking
like a regular keyboard.
Great.
I'll let you try and parse that French yourself to see what you think it's asking for.
Would we have-
I actually can translate that.
Something about an ID card.
Yes, please insert.
Any of you guys talk French? Just
No.
starting to learn Spanish.
French is the language of cowards and losers. Hey, Ryota, you're a coward and a loser. You want to translate for us?
What's the chef's name again?
Francois?
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm telling Francois you said that.
He's like, oh yeah, she'll get mad at me for 5 minutes, and then she'll cook me the best meal ever, and I'll flirt with her again. As he's like zeroing his grenade launcher sights, bead of sweat on his brow.
Indiana, the body does have ID on it. It has Happia ID. It is not EU. This is apparently why they don't come down here. But yeah. After a moment, Frank, you get cursed at in Japanese. Which is like, what does it say?
Sorry, I don't speak anime. It says, and then I read him the thing.
Your pronunciation is awful.
Thank you.
But says please insert identification.
All right. Well, if y'all find any identification down there,
There's no bodies down here except for the one.
yeah, I'm gonna contact the employer on that radio frequency. Hey, discount Dr. Evil.
Don't get anything. Watch the magic word.
Yeah. What was the magic word again?
Waterfall.
Yeah. He sighs. You know it's me, Waterfall.
Whether or not I know it's you doesn't mean I don't know if you're compromised.
Yeah, if I was compromised, I'd still say Waterfall. Hey, so they need an identification down in this bunker? They don't got one.
Do you think I have EU credentials sitting around?
I don't know. You're a man of mysterious means.
Yes, but I'm also someone who was born in this century.
Okay, so, what's our next step then? What's your recommendation?
Well, if you can't find a way to open up whatever you're looking for... Are they even in the archive room yet?
Yeah, of course they are. Oh, actually, hold on. Give me 1 second. Switch channels. Hey, are you guys in the archive room yet?
You're still on this channel. No?
With a bunch of computers and map of the world, all supervillain style.
This does not look like an archive room. This looks more like a war room. So you guys better not fight in it. Well,
Yeah,
sorry,
no
man.
fighting in the war room.
Warp room is closed.
The war room.
Yeah, I radio back. Okay, actually, I lied to you. They are not in the archive room. They're in some kind of operations or war room or something.
Tell them they need to go as low down as they can get. According to everything I can find on these bunkers, it'll be in a climate-controlled room in the sub-basement.
Can't get any lower. I'll say.
Tell them to find the emergency stairs down. Appreciate it. And I flick off the channel. I relay that information.
All
Yep.
right.
You guys do any looking around on this floor?
Oh, they look like they are looking around.
And we're looking around.
Because it looks like someone came through here once and took pretty much everything of value. You go into like one of these bedrooms, and in one of them, you see like a mattress is pretty much all that's left. Old, ratty, springs popped out of it. The frames are behind. Some old blankets that are moldered over and starting to actually disintegrate with age and rot. All you find of any real interest or value, other than the body, that was obviously why Happia was like, you know what, we're just not going to go down there anymore, is an old record player in one of the rec rooms. But it is a full-size record player. So a bit of a bitch to carry out.
But worth it.
Nothing sounds like vinyl.
On a lot of cobwebs and spiders.
Somewhere or just out in the middle of the room.
It's over here on the right side. The wood room on the right side is the, basically split up where there are two bedrooms, and then, a living quarters and a bathroom, and, a supply closet. But both the supply closets are empty. All that's really left in these rooms is the, floor rugs. And they are old and have mushrooms growing out of them because all that old carpet has gotten wet over time and is full of fungi.
Gross.
But just back up against the wall, you see a full-size vinyl record player with very,
Check.
very old headset.
I'll check behind it.
Check behind it?
Yep.
Do you have anything that's perception?
Read a situation.
I'll allow it. Give me a read a situation roll. You pull it back and you do all the spy stuff. You look for things on the record player. You check the record that's in it, which is a very old, dusty record by the Ink Spots. You look all over, and then you start feeling around the wall behind the record player. And there's a small little hitch where you can get your fingers up under, and there's a knob.
We got a door here.
It's more like a switch hidden in like a small gap in the wall. And on your shoulder.
Can lay your head down.
I don't think I'll ever get used to that, Indiana. And he'll flip the switch, turn the knob, whatever it takes.
It's basically like flipping a light switch. There's a rumbling from outside the hall, coming back towards the war room.
Go out there and take a look.
Let me freehand this. Small openings have appeared in the walls here.
Ah.
These are the generators or stairs downward?
Full-sized, look like converted turbines made into generators.
Is this
Hey.
the Scooby-Doo shit you were talking about, James?
A little bit. That and they're in a spooky place, looking for shit. Like Zoinks, man!
Time to turn these guys off.
You shut down the generators, they whir down slowly. And all the lights, except for a few emergency runners along the floor. And it goes back to a eerie, dead silence. The turret that did come out of the ceiling folds itself back up and goes back up into place. So I'll just delete that.
Yeah, I need a flashlight.
You see an invisible flashlight, or you see a flashlight floating in midair.
Invisible flashlight. That's
God.
called nothing.
Is that
That's
that
called nothing.
is that Scooby-Doo shit for you, Mike?
Yeah, that's some Scooby-Doo shit. I feel satisfied.
Now all we need is Fred going, whoa, an invisible flashlight.
Whoa. Invisible
Whoa! A dead body! This guy got riddled with bullets. It was probably painful.
Feel
All we heard was feel.
like Zoinks. He looks like Swiss cheese.
flashlights.
Oh, poor that guy.
Yeah.
Now to search for way down is the elevator that has a door on this floor, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Pry that open. If we pry open the elevator, we can just slide down one floor.
Yep. You guys are going about this the really difficult way.
You haven't told us there's another set of stairs, James.
Yes, but you do know there's another hallway.
I've been down there and you didn't say
Oh,
anything.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You goof.
Yes, there is another set of stairs down there. I'm sorry.
Just walk through the wall, Gunner.
Just do it. Just walk through the wall. Leave the map.
Hashtag no clip.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the invisible tilde.
Mm-hmm. On your invisible keyboard.
I love Matilda.
With your invisible flashlight.
Guys, find the set of stairs. It takes you down another floor. Where before, when you came down here, it got cold but humid. You come down here, it gets colder but not humid. That you find yourselves just
Climate controlled, I see.
Ooh la la!
I will drag you guys out. Pop up here, the upper left corner, and you're in a slightly wider hallway. It just seems to curve off. And far down the hall... No, wait, you cut the power. Never mind. You see, there was a turret there. It's not doing anything. And even if you hadn't cut the power, it's pointing towards these double doors, and it's just clicking over and over and over and over.
God.
It's been stuck there shooting at nothing, to the point where you're probably sure that the hammer's worn down to probably near nothing. But you see two glass doors riddled with bullet holes. Like, there isn't a part of that glass that isn't cracked or broken in some way. And it managed to even punch through in a few places just from constantly hitting that same spot over and over.
Right. Just slowly, quietly go in.
There's a bit of a hitch as you open the door, then you quickly see why. There were two mattresses, and if you look at the parts of them that are pushed up against the wall, if you move them at all, those have marks like bullet holes. You can assume that maybe they put those up against the doors to add a little bit more protection against the turret. This room, there's no humidity. It's an even temperature. You assume of maybe 70, little cooler than that degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 65 to 70 in that range. Very mild temperature. There's rows upon rows upon rows of filing cabinets. There's crates on one wall. There's tables with various bits of paper and writing and maps and other things all strewn about it. And towards the back, you see another computer screen that's still on. And it seems like power is still in this room only. There wasn't power in the hall outside.
Time to put away the quiet gun and get out the assault rifle just in case.
Indiana, you start looking around that area, and the map is a map of the continental United States. And it looks like a strategy map where they have what's it called? NORAD in the Rocky Mountains marked out, as well as notes that this is the center of the US power grid. The note, a high altitude nuclear detonation could crash the US power grid. And then they have various different invasion strategies of trying to take the East Coast in conventional ways, trying to come in through Canada or Mexico, invading through the Gulf, trying to do a Red Dawn. Is that the movie where the Russians invade through paratroopers?
Yep, that was
Wolverines!
Yeah,
it's all sorts of different invasion strategies of how to take the U.S. if it ever came to war. And they're not using a nuclear... if they decide not to use the nuclear option.
Oh, nice. This is some common bastards.
Then, of course, you also see ones that are just like, if it came to nuclear option, Washington, D.C. and New York are first. As big cues.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
All right, you grab all these different strategy plans, and you see other stuff that are like correspondence between what you assume to be agents. They're written in all sorts of different European languages. This big book that's it is a Finnish to German. On one half of it, and then a German to French dictionary that someone's been going back and forth through with a Finnish piece of paper next to it. Next to it, fallen over, is a thing of, like, it's an old thing of headache medicine. Apparently they weren't having a good day.
Yeah, I was about to say, you ever feel bad for an NPC? Because I do right now. That sounds like hell.
You taking everything? And these filing cabinets are stuffed with a whole bunch of bullshit. How
Yeah,
carefully are you guys combing through what's in the cabinets?
I've been heading for that screen at the end.
Oh.
Oh.
The screen at the end has a famous painting, Napoleon crossing the Alps.
Of course.
What kind of Indiana Jones would you be if you didn't steal everything? Fair. There
Well,
haven't been
number
orcs through here, but someone has smashed a lot of these chairs.
And ripped up the rugs.
There are no rugs.
Listen, terrorists are the natural enemy of chairs.
Down here, you find a lot of more of the same. But towards this area, Howler, you see it. You're the first to see it. Is you ever been like in a perfectly climate-controlled room? It's this person. There's a mattress, some clothing, food, and water, and then there's a body with a single gunshot wound to the head, perfectly preserved thanks to the good conditions in here.
No gun by the body?
There is a gun. There's a handgun next to the body. Yes, he does have an ID. It is an EU ID. His name is Pierre Renoir.
Pour one out for
Okay.
Renoir.
Yeah.
Well, well, now you have that ID card.
Yep.
Yeah, but all those computers are off now.
Yep.
Yeah, we can always turn those turbines on. It's not like we blew them up or anything.
True.
True.
True. And over here, in this corner, maybe you're distracted by the body. You know, the old blood stains still covering the tile. But next to that is a safe. Very big safe that has a number pad on the front. Money. Man, you guys are mercs. Your first thought is, ooh, money in the safe.
Chef.
This place was closed down in the 70s. That's before Chevs.
Even better! Antique
This is a-
money!
This is a person-sized safe.
Podcast.
It's about 6 feet tall, it's about 3 feet wide, and about 3 feet deep.
What
we
if there's
find
just
a
a
naked
person
girl in
hiding
there?
in
I
there?
quit.
Oh.
It's a naked girl.
It is locked. And you can see the readout is still there, waiting for a combination.
I've seen this anime.
How you guys doing down there?
We've made some headway finally. How much time do you think we got?
Good question. DM, do I see a mech coming my way yet?
By now you see the floodlights of it approaching, and it's like,
Also, what are the people who are actually in the compound doing?
they're fucking going all over the place, putting out fires, trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
some people have ran into like CENTCOM and are like trying to figure out like, why can't we ring anybody? Why can't
Yeah.
we get anything?
All they hear is fucking mariachi music. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
we
yeah.
just hear mariachi music
Sorry, there's no
blaring
power.
through CENTCOM.
no, they don't have power, so
Oh,
only
yeah,
their
they
hand
don't.
radios are picking it up.
Yeah.
CENTCOM did have its own private generator, though,
Oh,
so that if
well,
they
then they
did
just
lose
can't
power, they
marry
wouldn't
us.
lose communicate.
See,
Yeah,
that's
there's
that's
just-
why we turned off the actual satellite.
That was smart of you.
Yeah.
Because, like, you do, like, a guard goes, rushes over, and he's, like, scrambling to put a tack vest on
yeah.
and not get fucking bowled over by the wind. And you see him, he opens the door and you hear just coming out of... They're like, turn it off!
You're sick, like fucking just blaring through. Oh man. Yeah, so we see the floodlights. Yeah, I'm like, well, we got them all kinds of fucking confused out here, but they've got mechanized cavalry coming in. If you guys think we need it, I'll start letting off some distraction grenades, but might compromise our position.
Don't do
Yeah,
it
they're
yet.
not looking for you guys up there.
Mm-hmm.
But you see a very customized mech come through. You're both ex-military.
Yeah.
You know Black Ops shit when you see it.
Oh yeah.
This is Black Ops shit.
Yeah, we called those motherfuckers aviator shades whenever they came through the Texas Rangers. They were the ones that you took the answers from and you didn't question.
Yeah, they've got a lot of very scary aftermarket modifications.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a highly, highly modified, I'm trying to think of what frame it is. Tortuga, we'll go with that.
Oh, Christ.
Shotgun.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they got some serious firepower coming in. Whatever you guys are doing, I do it quick, and we might have to get you on the horn to have Kong start volleying out.
Gotcha.
Wait on our signal, though.
And around this time also you hear, you two have basically like a small computer with you at all times.
Right.
And just like in your ears, it says, detecting additional reactor online. As the doors on one of the hangars swing opens, and another mech that had been in the hangar steps out. Smaller one, it's just an Iskander.
Christ, we still got a problem, guys. We got another mech, and it's in the base. Repeat, mech in the base.
And you see that they're using it to cheat in order to put out your fires. Because the Iskander is the master of gravity. And this
Ow.
stuff burns until it runs out of fuel, so they just pick up that ground until it burns it out.
Yeah.
The whole area kind of thrums with that sort of heavy graviton generator thing running.
That'll probably interfere with me zeroing my grenade launcher, too.
Maybe. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Yeah.
But it is causing fluctuations in the local gravity in order to fuck with your fires.
Gravity is just a harness. I have harnessed the harness.
Your world is upside down.
Yeah, so I'm like giving
I'm just
them like
heading
a
back up.
Mm-hmm. You're heading back up to the other floor.
Yeah, so we can turn on the two
Oh boy,
turbines and
I can send only you to that floor because I know the super secret DM way in order to do that. Thank you.
Will for that
Yep.
one.
Yeah, thank you, Will, for teaching
Did we
us
even
dark.
look at the terminal?
Who's Will?
This is just a screen. This is the screen that has the famous painting of Napoleon crossing the Alps.
Cause I'm confused because that's something that you just drag them one person from the top over to another screen, isn't it?
Yeah, Will
Yeah.
taught us that.
Will taught us
Oh.
that because we were dum-dums and didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. Oh, I did not know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what the heck,
No.
Daniel? You should have been the one who told us.
I didn't know. I thought I was just like, oh, cool. It was when I
Dark
was doing Spark of
magic.
Fate.
We're officially replacing you with Will now.
I go
Okay.
back to the safe.
Mm-hmm.
What numbers are
Do you have Rita Sitch?
I have. Nope, just I read that once.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Gunner, that's right.
I'll let you use I read that once.
You guys, Gunner, you moved in, right?
What?
With Mike now.
Yeah.
Oh, can you
That's
hear
why-
him through my mic?
For a second, I was really confused why I heard him go, like it was really quiet and then got really loud. And I was like, what the hell? But it's because
God.
his mic didn't pick him up, but yours did.
Oh man, fuck this mic. I need to fuck with settings between games.
It picked it up after a second. 'Cause I heard you
okay.
through his first. I love it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Because James, I think I know the number. I just want to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Did you? Let me see.
Oh shit, that was with a degree of difficulty. My bad.
Okay, yeah. No degree of difficulty, no degree of
That makes it a 14.
14. And you're just looking to see what numbers are faded. One, 8, 0, and 7, 9.
Aha. Alright. Can I make another read-a-sitch?
Yep, or I read that once, or whatever you want to use. But what are you doing it for?
What year did Napoleon cross the Alps?
Fair.
Because the painting itself was painted finished in 1805.
Indeed.
Why
That's
does it get...
Just.
Sorry,
That's
I
what
would
it
have had a degree of difficulty anyway. And that's
that's 16.
just enough.
Oh, okay.
Where, he crossed. He crossed the Alps through the Great Saint Bernard Pass in 1800
Okay, 1800.
on his way to the Battle of Montebello. Montebello. Let me make sure I didn't.
Three
fuck up.
major.
6, not 7. I fucked up months. I'm dumb.
You know, I often actually think that July is the 6th month for some reason.
Same. I understand.
I get June and July mixed up all the time.
Mm-mm.
I always think June is the 7th.
Mm.
You type in 1800, it needs 2 more numbers. There's a 6-digit code. Yeah, the 6 and the 9, I'll let you have it. So 1869. Nice.
Nice.
There's a click. Because on June 9th of 1800, he won the first battle after crossing the Alps at Montebello. June the 9th, 1800. So click, crank it open, pull it, safe's open.
Gimme.
Yeah.
There's all that's in there is one manila folder.
Take it.
And
That
stand
manila
across
folder. Oh, go ahead.
stand across the subject line or header or whatever you call it on those envelopes is the word Yates. Yates. Someone was talking about a Project Yates.
That's true.
You open it up, and the first thing you see is a note written. It's a very small message in several different languages, including English. And it says, "Whoever finds this, leave it."
No, I don't think I will.
That sign won't stop me because I can't even read.
Continue to read.
You look at that and you're like, huh, there's some pussy ass shit. And you throw that away. And it is a collection of diagrams and blueprints for what seems to be a massive power generator. It looks like something theoretical at the time. They were this close to cracking the science behind a fusion generator like Gray Industries did several years later. But this is a massive nuclear fusion generator. It's all the different plans and schematics and science behind it. And it appears that there are references to other research stations and other researchers. This is obviously a part of something bigger. What does it take to fuel? They theorized plutonium. Modern reactors, which mechs use as well, use thorium because it's much safer and much better fuel economy. Because plutonium, even just being around it, gives you cancer. But this wasn't quite finished yet. A lot of this is still conjecture and theory because they hadn't figured out how to safely do nuclear fusion. But it's theorized that this is the only way, whatever this is the power source to, could ever work.
While Howler's waiting for the computers to boot up so we can put in the card.
Yeah, you I'll get to that, Gunner. You boot it up, you slip in the key, and it said, "Bonjour, Agent Renoir," and opens up, and you now have access.
Sure.
And 1 second while I hastily translate things, because it has 3 options that you can look at.
I recommend you just download all of it.
Has personnel,
Nothing personnel, kid.
état de la guerre, or guerre, yeah, état de la guerre. So, personnel, état de la guerre, and état de l'opération Yates.
There you go, Yates. Project Yates. That's what we want. This is that one.
Sorry, I'm just typing this in because I don't know how to speak French off the top of my head.
Okay.
Wow,
Does
lazy
jump.
GM doesn't even learn French for his game.
Well, I know some French.
Time. The 2.
Le projet Yates n'est pas encore opérationnel. Veuillez vérifier la station en terre neuve.
Huh.
For another relay to Ryoko. Reads it off fast.
Ryota, back and forth. Ryota says, Project Yates is not yet operational. please verify with the station in Newfoundland.
Hey. Ask him what état de la guerre means.
Station status. Like station statuses.
Okay. All that, and I don't have anything except for Fountain, Newfoundland. Great.
Well, we could just grab all the info off of it and then book, because things topside are not going great for us.
Look, we gotta go.
Yeah, the two mechs have walked up to each other, and you can assume are conversing with one another.
Frank is gonna look at Sin and go, hey Hunter, do you trust me?
Not one bit. What are you gonna do?
Oh, good. Well, you should probably run then. And Frank is going to lob a grenade, fire a grenade. And keep in mind, this is heavy rain, and this is a rifle that does not percuss, necessarily. He's going to fire a grenade, arc it as high as he can, and blast it over to the north side of the base.
All right. There's just a light thump, perfectly timed with a clap of thunder.
Yeah.
There's a small explosion that hits at the top of the main building as you see both those mechs wheel forward, the Tortuga racking a shotgun.
Yeah, that, Frank would never admit it, but at that moment, his penis grew one size smaller as his testicles shrank into his body.
It doesn't just rack the shotgun. The ammo thing for it is a drum that starts spinning because it needs to. It fires so fast it needs to be spinning to keep up with it.
Yeah, no, Frank's blood turns to ice, and he's just like, Hunter, run. I will make sure that they don't follow.
You ever seen a minigun shotgun?
Are we gonna have Kong cause a distraction so we can get out?
Yeah, but at the moment, we need to get some distance before the base before we can even do something like that.
And you guys are still pinged into their chairs like, hey, what was that? Calm down, Lambda. Whatever it was. Wait, nothing else? Maybe it was just I don't know, some sort of secondary explosion.
Rack, fire another one high arc.
Ah! This is how we die.
Yeah, the mech just points, leans around the corner to that side of the building. And you've heard Vulcan guns go off. You've heard big mech-sized shotguns go off.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine them going off together. Imagine a shotgun that's been modified to be a minigun.
Oh,
I'm
God.
begging you, stop.
Just... and it's firing so fast that the gases coming off of each shell are igniting as like a flame in front of the shotgun minigun, catching its barrel on fire.
Frank is just like, that is the most badass thing I have seen all day.
Rhonda, scan. Someone's here. Someone's hiding. Fucking this pieces of shit.
Right, I'm like scampering off.
Yep, Frank is staying on the roof, making sure that the guys in the bunker get out.
You guys don't hear the little pitty-putty little grenades going off down there. You hear the shotgun minigun. As just this dull roar.
The hell was that, Frank?
Yeah, I'm pulling some attention. They were starting to coordinate. I'm throwing them off the scent. Sin is getting a little bit of distance. I'm not leaving till you guys are out of that bunker, so I would 86 in a fucking hurry.
On my way. Deanna, get a move on. Head the fuck out of here.
Oh, and Frank, just for holding down the trigger as little as he did, that barrel's already burning hot. There's smoke coming off it from the rain.
Oh, sick. Oh, sick. Yo, if Frank wasn't in mortal danger, he'd be hooping and hollering right now. That shit's cool as hell.
I'm terrified.
And you see, because the mechs are both about the size of the building.
Mm-hmm.
As they look around, all you see is those dead, glowing, false eyes scanning the area.
Oh yeah, Frank has flattened himself on top of the building.
Yet you're always the one telling me about trigger discipline. You gonna be filling out paperwork for that discharge?
If the shotgun comes out, it's paperwork.
God, that again.
Right, Horizon. Form up on me. We're going to go concentric circles, half meter distance. Or not a half a meter.
Half meter.
Yeah,
a meter
that's
apart from one another.
Yeah.
They're basically saying, all right, everyone, daisy chain on, and we're going to go in circles until we find these motherfuckers.
Yeah, the dude.
No, they only said that all it says is this is for Project Yates, and all they were concerned with was the power supply, which they knew was going to be an issue because of how massive this thing was.
What if Project Yates was just to draw meteors towards the planet?
Oh,
Once.
Yeah,
I feel
once.
like you might have.
You only need to do that once.
I think you might have already called it.
God, if I got that one. Well, Indiana is the last one out other than Frank. Frank is roof camping right now to provide Overwatch to fucking throw people off the scent. He's.
No, and you guys.
Paula's gonna wait by the door out until she catches up to him.
Yeah.
You guys.
It's time to swap from the assault rifle to his RPG.
Yeah, Frank's gonna go, yeah, that's gonna be a no-go, Buttercup. No offense, but I've been running ops pretty much my whole life, and if anyone goes down, it's gonna be the 56-year-old, not the promising young suicide act. Get the fuck out of here.
You're not invisible. Highs or lows, Howler.
What was that? Laser lobes?
Highs or lows.
Oh, hi.
Been nice knowing you. Oh. Why is James not rolling lows this time? No
You-
ones, no lows.
As you step out, Howler, you manage to mask yourself in the darkness and the chaos of all these people running around like human ants. And you manage to get out towards one of the gates. And you round a corner. Right where you had been as a mech's foot stomps down, and a third has arrived on scene, brandishing a sword in either hand. And a second
other
pair of hands
Run.
holding a gun.
Run.
It's not looking at you. You just got lucky, and it's just getting in as you're leaving and didn't see you.
Okay, Team Exfil ASAP. This is gonna be big.
Yeah, airburst
Ding.
incoming.
King,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Apocalypse Rail.
All right?
Level
King's like,
Countdown,
King's
boys.
like, I'm bigger, faster, and stronger too. And here is my coconut gun.
Ha!
Thump.
And as that lets loose, Frank knows he has about a 30-second lead on it. He fires one more grenade into like a window of the main
Is
building.
it bombing us? I thought I was just gonna bomb a random area or one of the.
He
It's just an
told me to
airburst.
bomb us. Oh, he wanted it to bomb us with the apocalypse rail.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
Three.
dropping on you guys.
I'm assuming we would drop on the
Well, he said
periphery
move.
of the area, right?
It's going to take him three turns of doing nothing before he could fire it.
Right.
Yeah. So he's gonna wait until that gun fires. He's gonna know it's probably gonna be like 30 seconds of lead time. And as soon as Kong fires the gun, he is going to fire his grenade launcher into a window to cause a distraction that they'll be like, oh shit, that building just had an explosion in it. And he's gonna book.
Well, highs or lows?
Guys.
Mike.
They're innocent.
Oh no, I'm not firing. Okay, that's a good point. I want to fire into an area that doesn't look necessarily that populated.
Okay. Still, this was for some badass factor.
I was
Okay.
like,
Highs or lows?
it doesn't
Uh,
matter. The apocalypse rail is targeting this location. They're all
Still-
dying.
True. Let's go. Let's go highs. I'm feeling good about James.
Yeah, if you see the third mech wheels its head towards you,
Mm-hmm.
but the lows was going to be it saw the grenade coming and actually stepped out in front of it and was going to be like, naughty, naughty.
Okay. So yeah, the
But,
grenade whizzes past it.
And all three of them, huh?
Yep. That's
Darcy.
Frank's cue to bolt.
Yeah, you guys run. And you run, you run. You hear that horrific sound of something whistling down. And where exactly had you told Kong to target? The base, the periphery of the base, somewhere nearby?
Base. Basically the bunker, because that's where I was when I said fire on my position.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a massive... like, you all get bowled over.
Yeah, I'm
from
just like over the
impact.
comms. I didn't hear that part, so I'm just like, all right, made it out without anybody top.
There's a
I think one round is gonna be good enough. Like on the ground, ass over tea kettle.
Would you like me to read it? It's beautiful. Objects and terrain in the area automatically take 100 explosive armor piercing. Characters become shredded and stunned until the end of next turn.
No characters. Nothing survives 100 armor piercing.
Well, there went some NPCs I was gonna have show up later.
There are no characters. Why does he even leave that as an option?
Oh, you made late game so much harder.
That's a bad.
No.
What we just did a bad? Oh boy.
You did a bad.
We did a very bad. We need to leave.
You know how in
now.
RimWorld when someone dies on your colony, you get the little pop-up that like, oh, you lost like 4 relationship points with them. They're now at like 84 with you.
Oh, stink.
Well, to be fair, they don't know what it was. They still don't know who did it.
Yeah.
We just have to never mention this again.
We were
No.
never here.
Well, they could find out, and they will not be happy. Happy I won't be happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna radio in. Hey boss, we're exfilling. Shit went good and then really bad. Ready the bays and get our engines as hot as they go.
And then just
Hey, Howler?
Yeah, there's just a pause, and it's like, We heard that.
Yeah, I'm just like,
What
hey, Howard.
did you do?
This is like on a private call between me and Howler. It's just,
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Did we not say no casualties when we started this, right?
Hard to not be the casualty when there's 3 mechs versus a guy who's people who are running around outside of their mechs.
I thought you were supposed to be a distraction, not a demolisher.
The other mechs in the area are gonna head right for the char spot to see if they have any buddies left alive.
I don't think there's anything left in the
That's my
area.
bad. I go to the regulars comms. That's my bad.
okay, it's 46 armor piercing, but everything else takes 100. Yikes.
46. What
Now,
else? So what
four-
takes 100? What takes 46?
Because
Okay,
it says
40. I think 46 explosions is what happens to the mechs, and objects and terrain in the area automatically take 100.
Okay,
Which
objects
character-
in terrain take that. Okay.
yeah, so 46 is probably still enough to take out all 3 mechs, but we'll see. We'll see.
Ground is affected area is vaporized on impact. The rest of the scene is difficult terrain.
Okay.
Characters in the affected area receive soft cover because of all the smoke.
And areas that start their turn there take 4 burn damage.
I'm
So
gonna just.
even if they survive, they burn.
If they were regular enemies, then they had only one structure. But I will say this: you didn't kill any mechs. You
Yeah.
killed a hell of a lot of people, though.
Those mechs are gonna be real upset.
They're gonna
Whoopsie,
be
I can no more crime.
pissed.
Did I do that?
Fucking Steve Urkeling a war crime?
Did I do that?
Okay, it's not quite as bad as I thought. I will say this: your relationship with Happia isn't irrevocably damaged, but don't do any more oopsies to them before someone gets something up their ass and goes, bounty.
Did I do that?
Yeah, I'm
You-
gonna message the Calliope and just be like, no frills, no jokes, just Frank just being like, exfil to Calliope, we'll be there soon. Just
Yeah.
like,
I'm gonna say there's only 5 people left alive on the island that aren't you guys.
Yeah, we get back to my mech, I reassemble, and I'm like, Howler, you're riding on Agni, get up. Because I've got to fly him over.
You guys get back in, and everyone in the mech bay is giving you the look like, uh-oh, someone's in trouble, they gotta go to the principal's office.
You mean the look of just like, look busy?
Even
No,
Mandy
look busy, look
is
busy,
quiet right now.
busy. They're like, they'll like
Look of,
look at us and look
Dear
away.
God,
Like,
what did you do?
No, they know what you did. Mandy's just got this look of like, I think y'all should go see the captain.
on it.
I
Yeah,
point to
Frank-
Howler. He done it.
Yeah, Frank is the first one on the elevator. You point at Howler, and Frank's like, not right now.
You guys get up
I ain't taking
to
the
the bridge. Captain calmly turns around and looks to the 4 of you and says, "She doesn't even say anything. They're good arm." She points towards her office.
Yep,
Yep.
that's where we
Well,
go.
We're off.
We're off to see the wizard to have our bodies destroyed. We're gonna die, hooray!
We get in.
I'm like
I'm
holding
You
my
guys
assuming-
get in
drone.
there.
I'm just
She
holding my
follows
drone
in behind
close.
you. calmly
Petting my
walks over to her desk. The doors slide shut. She sits down.
Frank steps forward and goes, I did not designate a target adequately outside of the range. It was up for interpretation. I am going to call that this one is my fault.
Noted. The rest of you have excuses?
My excuse is that Frank is wrong. It was all my decision. I made a bad call because we were pinned down.
Albert was a success.
To Sin in Indiana, she's like,
Yeah, Sin just holds up his drone. Albert was a success. I don't.
have you ever seen when someone's that close to losing, you can see like veins in their neck throbbing?
Yeah, he's just like.
When you're like, Albert was a success, you just see them throbbing in her neck. She's like,
I could apply this kind of application to future things. And I'm just gonna.
Frank looks at Sin and just like raises his finger to his mouth. Just
He was open. Maybe like positive news.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay quiet now. Starts tinkering with like the wing of the drone. Like,
what kind of company are we? We are starts with an M.
murder company? No, I'm not gonna say that in character.
Yeah.
Mercenaries. Good. I'm glad that we're still on that picture. What do mercenaries do?
We work for money.
Paid for.
Yes, we fight, we kill for money. She does see that and she's like, at least the objective is accomplished. What do mercenaries not do?
Frank is silent, and he's been yelled at by the boss before. This is probably the first time he's been yelled at by the boss that he genuinely feels, oh, I should say absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Frank's in the same boat. Just gonna kind of like mess with the little rotor.
In fact,
Mercenaries of any repute, worth any shares, do not, under any circumstances, target bystanders, uniformed or not, for tactical strikes bordering on nuclear. Am I clear on this?
a nod.
Yep, just a nod.
I will review the footage from everything before I make my decision on disciplinary actions. The Ramblers, despite our name, despite our gung-ho attitude, despite some of yours insisting on breaking moral after moral after moral, we are not abject murderers. I will keep that reputation, even if I have to pull it out of everyone's back. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Your captain.
Frank never calls
Indiana, thank you for retrieving this. I've already set an appointment. The Zeminiar wishes to collect it in person.
I just kind of like pop out the memory chip from Albert, is what I named the drone. Just kind of like set it on the table. There's the video feed.
Snatches it.
Captain, may I?
No. You may not.
Frank lowers his finger.
The four of you, pending an investigation, are dismissed and grounded.
Yeah, and
Questions,
Frank.
concerns, comments, quips.
No, man.
Oh, Captain.
Good. Good. Now, she waves for all of you to leave.
Tell John twice he's out of there.
Yeah, Frank holds the door for everyone and is the last to exit.
Oh, and like, her office isn't soundproof. So you guys get outside, and half the bridge crew immediately go back to pretending that they're working, and everyone else is just like,
Yeah.
no one says a word. There is nothing. All you hear is the dull hum of computers.
Frank is going to walk directly to Lashana's office. And he's going to knock on Lashana's door.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, come in?
Frank goes in and sits down. He does not get a beer. And he says, all right, so, I'm gonna preempt this. That wasn't good.
You know, normally we like to listen in, and it's almost like, well, from others, I can't handle the violence. It's almost like watching a game that you have more investment in. But I'm aware of what happened. You came to me. Normally I'd say this is progress.
Frank is like, well, what would you call it right now?
I'm surprised I couldn't hear her yelling down here. I'm assuming you all got royally rawed, like someone's dad pulled out the belt to end all belts.
Yeah.
What were her stipulations exactly?
Well, pending investigation, we are all grounded. Don't really bother me none. Figure that's fair.
You know, I know that y'all ain't beacons or nothing, but it ain't no Geneva suggestion.
And Frank kind of like balls up his fist and he's like, gonna tell you about something I never did. About 10 years of my life, you know what I did for a living? You want to know why the Texas Rangers hunt me down?
I have assumptions.
Uh-huh. Yeah. My day job was burning people alive. Yeah, that's what it was. I walked into communities full of infected, and I burned every single one of them to the ground. You know what changed that? I met Myrrh. Yeah. You know what I did once I met Myrrh? Killed the asshole who was gonna kill Myrrh. You know what happened with Myrrh? I killed Myrrh's parents. And you know what I feel right now? Feeling just about the same as that day. Except, not really feeling the beacon of hope that kind of came immediately after. You know that sense of freedom that you get when you leave a really, really bad job? Yeah, I'm not getting that. Matter of fact, I'm kind of getting a little bit of the exact opposite. And Frank has this look on his face that is like, Lashana has not seen this look on Frank's face. He is like so internally like conflicted and upset and just laying it out. Like he's like not bullshitting anything.
And you can tell, like, she's a professional.
Yeah.
She's good at this. She's
Yeah.
doing the whole. But you can also tell she's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hopefully
He's like,
doesn't go postal in the office.
yeah. He's like, listen, I've got a body count that I lost track of, but probably sits somewhere in the couple hundreds. At least collectively as a unit. I promised myself I wasn't going to do that again. I promised Murr I wasn't going to do that again. I want you to tell me how I'm going to march my happy ass back to that med bay and do anything.
Were you the one to pull the trigger?
Does that really matter at this point? I was the one in the group. I was the one who was taking point on a lot of this. There is such a thing that is called responsibility by association. I'm the kind of guy who believes that you're responsible for whatever happens when you got a hand in it, even if you just add salt to the soup. This is kind of... And Frank just kind of like stands up and he's like, not gonna shoot nobody. I'm not gonna shoot myself. But I am gonna lock myself in my room for a while. If you need to call me to the office, that's fine. But yeah, if anybody needs me, other than, say, you or the boss, yeah, you can just give them a forwarding address to fuck right off. I got some thinking to do. And he just gets up and he just walks out.
Into John.
Into John?
John's waiting outside the door to go in.
Yeah, he looks at John, he nods and goes, John? And you can tell that is the hardest word he has ever said in his life, and continues to walk to his room.
Okay, so it's John's turn to go into Lashana's room.
You know, I always dreamed of the day that you would all come to me.
If any of them come to you, it's because of me.
I'm aware of what happened.
Made entirely the wrong call and was partially panic, partially... Oh, there's this problem. I work with 3 other people, and I was basically born to lead. That's what they told me all the time. Good idea of how well these guys listen to orders. I mean, I even gave advice and orders the last mission, and no one listened to me. And that's why Sin wound up running back and forth, trying to sweat out problems when he should have been taking care of those turrets. But that's beside the point. I overreacted, pulled down way too much fire. I just, at the time of saying it, it felt good to give an order and have someone actually obey. Even if it's just an NHP. He did what I said. And what he did was my order, my fault. I chose to, instead of shooing away a fly that's sitting on the countertop, bring out a sledgehammer and try and smash it. I didn't want to cause that much damage. Just sometimes it's frustrating when it's just me, and I'm the only person who listens to me.
Something a leader always has to be knowledgeable. Something that a leader has to learn the hard way. Because wisdom, you ain't born with wisdom. Wisdom comes with cuts, bruises, and all sorts of nasty things, but a leader is going to make tough calls. They're going to make wrong calls. They're going to hurt people. It's what you do with the after that counts. And if I may make a suggestion and perhaps overstep my boundaries. She points at you. Helen, you, all the other Yakshas, need to come together, talk this out. Because if you're feeling that way, if Frank's feeling like he's just been brought in on some sort of genocide mission, not saying he was, just saying how he was feeling, not explaining why, that's for him to say or not say. The four of you need to come together and talk this out and make a plan. Does that sound like something you could do? Maybe not now, maybe when everybody's had some time to cool.
That's something I want to do.
And I think it would mean a lot if you were the one to do it.
Have to be, yeah.
So you can still be that leader. The leader, well, they gotta lead through their own mistakes sometimes. And I know you can do that.
Hopefully the mistakes won't be as big or as hard to live with in the future.
Make this moment count, John. And if you need help living through it, door's always open.
I know. Thanks.
Try and get some rest.
I will. When he goes.
Does anyone else have anything for the night? Because the rest of the ship is pretty dead.
Bad choice of words.
Oops.
Sin is currently sitting in the cockpit with Set. He's just got to talk to Set a little bit.
Yeah. Set's just humming to himself. It's like, me and King spoke on the way home.
Right, we need to talk about that.
Why is everyone so upset? It was
What?
a strategically sound decision.
Correct. And between you and me, it don't really bother me none. But to most people, killing lots of people at once who had no hand in any acts that would be considered bad is what others considered bad.
If they'd found you, they would have killed you. You killed them first.
Some of them, yes. But there was a lot of innocent people there, just doing their jobs. And while doing what happened did get us out of there the quickest and made sure we weren't going to be followed, Most people see that as a, well, you can look it up, but a war crime of sorts.
I've studied war crimes extensively ever since I met King. He is fascinated with military history.
It is a good thing to study, and more power to you. Just in our current situation, do not follow in his footsteps. Otherwise, things might not turn out so well for us. We just need to make sure we follow the orders we're given. And if I do give you a similar order, well, it will be up to you to decide. I'm not going to give you any orders like that, unless you want to. But let's avoid the mass killing of people while we're here with the Yakshas. For now.
I will attempt to refrain.
Perfect. 'Cause
However, if anyone were trying to hurt you, I would kill them.
that's perfectly okay with me. Same to you, bud. Anyone tries to take you away, I'll kill them in a moment.
That makes me happy.
And unfortunately, though, for now, we're grounded. So we won't be able to go out for a while and do anything.
I will continue to do what I have been doing and learn.
Perfect. And
But
yeah,
I will
we'll,
try not to learn from tonight.
keep it on the back burner. It's a good lesson to keep in mind. Even though it may seem okay to do, could get you in some deep shit.
I will remember this.
Perfect.
What number of people is too many to kill at once?
That's really gonna be based on a situational basis. I don't really think there's a number. Just
This is confusing.
It is, yes. People are confusing. Just if it's more.
If it's more than a dozen, it's a war crime.
It
If
really
it's more
depends
than
on
necessary.
if it's involving people that are not currently trying to kill us at that time. We try.
I was gonna say-
People try to avoid that.
It's considered a mass murder if it's more than 3 people within a certain amount of time.
But in war, it don't matter. If people are trying to kill each other, burn them.
Jesus. And you guys wonder why your NHPs are going to grow up to be very, very bad people.
Yeah, I think I am.
And this isn't. No one else is hearing this because I'm making sure.
Yeah,
it isn't
yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I was just gonna say, I'm thinking that Frank is definitely not going to be a big fan of the Agni NHP, especially after this.
Oh, the Agni NHP was doing the computer equivalent of good
Yeah.
job, buddy. Woo!
Yeah. Fucking, like, I'm sure that, like, his NHP was fucking talking to Agni, and, like, King and Agni were just like, it was a tactically sound move. Yeah, it was. Like,
Agni was like, everything burned.
Like King, Agni, and Set were communicating with each other, and they were all three like, what the fuck are they mad about? All they
People
did
are
is kill some
confused.
squishies.
Yeah, people are confusing. We killed plenty of squishies last run.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
we-
how Sin just phrased it. People
Yeah.
are confusing.
People.
They care about people dying, so we just have to care. Or, well, we just have to look like we care.
Look like you care. I will remember this.
That- yeah.
Ooh,
This is a long
raising a murderer.
Sin might be a little bit of a sociopath, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Sin's raising a sociopath.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. But no one needs to know. That's why he's in the cockpit. And yeah, he pops the cockpit open, hops out, smiling. Well, maybe not smiling as much as normally. We're like, well, I'll talk to you
Nobody's
later.
smiling right now.
Right? He's like, I'll have to talk to you later. I think I got to go report. But that'll be
Yeah, no. normally you guys get a lot like, hi, you know, a lot of people respect you. People treat you almost like celebrities on this shit. No one's talking to any of
tonight.
you.
Yeah. Tonight
People
is the night
clear
of the level.
halls.
Tonight is the night of the bunker in the ground.
But before we go, I wanted to go on with one more thing. Night falls, day comes. How do you guys handle the morning? The morning after. If
Like
you
Frank
could
slept.
go on through the night.
I mean, he's sober, but he's been awake all night. In fact, he probably just doesn't even leave his room. He is usually at least the first to get to breakfast because he wakes up old man early. He's not at breakfast. He's not even at lunch if it gets to that point.
Yeah, Sin goes down to the the garbage heap, you know, with my good old buddy.
The garbage. Yeah, you go down there and he's like a hey killer. Shit. Bad choice of words?
I didn't kill a soul, but howdy.
Yeah. Still, I heard someone made goulash out of a whole lot of people.
Oh, it was a big one. It was.
Yeah.
Bad play, but we got the job done.
Days like these, I'm really glad I'm not in the California Republic anymore. You know why? That's a court-martialing right there, I tell you what.
Damn right, you damn right. That's why I'm down here. I'm gonna hide out here with you for a while. I've got some ideas I want to work on. So.
Yeah. I always say, working through things the way to go, So, yeah, we're gonna do,
Gonna do just
work. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
You can go back to what you're doing. It's alright.
I'm gonna do that, yeah. I'm just gonna be, if you need me, keep it sweet. Greasy sweet.
Greasy sweet. Will do. And I just go in my corner holding my little drone. The end goal for this drone now, since you allowed this, is to work on a design to coat the entire canopy. As expensive as it will be in the end, one day, the entire canopy will be, or Callio, wow.
Calliope.
Calliope.
Or the good
Will
old
be
Callio,
covered
if you want to be Frankism.
in stealth armor, and it will be glorious.
You know, one of the reasons stealth works is the shape of the object, right?
He's
It
gonna
could
work
be
on
theoretical.
it. Yeah.
I'll let it go for now.
Oh no, this is like
Yeah,
like,
this is like a
years
this is
of
a
work.
late game thing.
And it might
I'm
never
letting it
come
go.
to fruition. It's just more of something, just like, or maybe we can start working on applying it towards a mech. Maybe not coding the mech, but creating something to cover the mech,
Right.
like a sheet.
Yeah.
Invisibility cloak.
Yes,
But,
exactly. It'll be an invisibility cloak.
And John,
And then you guys
John
can be
didn't
the grass.
sleep. To distract himself by retooling his red burn deck, consciously taking out all the cards that take all do damage to all creatures.
Oops. But,
Destroy all creatures.
Well, probably a little after noon, all of you Yakshas get pinged by Methuselah, who basically says the captain suggests your attendance for the handoff. It is not required.
Those ought to be there.
Frank shaves. He's got a mean 5 o'clock shadow that he shaves. Puts on his best clothing. Not fancy, but professional. And he'll be there.
I just look like I normally do. Hell, I've been working downstairs for a while, so I'm probably a little greasy, but that's okay. He'll wash his arms off. Maybe his face.
Maybe.
What about the other
We'll
two?
be
You
there.
going?
John will be there.
What about Indiana?
I did not kill a soul.
I didn't kill nobody.
Check your DMs.
All right, I'll allow that. That is acceptable. So you will be there. You guys go up to the top deck. By the way, it's morning. You guys are far away from that island. They booked it last night. They were like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yep.
Oh shit! Oh shit!" And a small helicopter is landing. It's just like a. It's not even like your guys' little bird. It's not a military model. Just some rinky-dink helicopter. Side door opens up, and I have tokens for 2 people step out. There's Miniar and someone else with them.
See, what I was trying to tell the boss is, hey, we probably shouldn't let these obviously bad guys have these blueprints, and we should probably destroy them. But the boss was blinded by upsetness, understandably, and, so yeah, now we're here.
I know we'll make it after all.
Uh-huh, whatever you say, James.
I didn't expect tonight to happen.
We had a plan.
And that
for
makes me
these-
happy.
Hold on. We had a plan for these blueprints, though.
Yeah, and she went through with it. She's basically giving him doctored blueprints.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, good.
So who's ready for more anime bullshit?
Always.
So we have Zminiar and his ally who is stepping out, black coat on with a large hood, and he's carrying an ESR 2010, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's a enhanced sniper rifle.
Does he have elf ears?
No, I could not find one that did not. But he is also clearly infected to the point where his skin has kind of turned a sickly slate color.
Hmm.
But he helps Zminiar, who's trying. He can't step out of the helicopter without help, you notice, because he cannot move his right leg.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, his right arm is the one that he uses with the cane, which hooks up here on his bicep and another on the forearm. Then he holds it in his hand to kind of hobble on, because you also notice that he can't really move his right arm with a lot of range of motion. But he steps out and hobbles towards all of you and is like, holds out a hand towards each of you.
Shake it with a gloved hand.
Frank hesitates and then shakes it.
If any of you are worried, don't worry, I've washed my hands. He's
I'll
got that
shake
look
his
of
hand.
like, oops. A bit of gallows humor, never. Now, you were successful last night, despite complications. Correct?
We were.
Hope so.
May I have it then?
I look at the boss.
She looks to all of you in turn to get your opinions. Last time.
Nods.
Why not? Enemy, I'm my enemy and all.
Didn't do this for nothing.
With any luck, you won't ever have to worry about them again.
That's
And
not
he's-
how the world works.
No, he says as he takes the blueprints, like, but we can hope for things to be better.
Frank looks at him and goes, better for who?
Point taken, mercenary. And he turns and
That's a tight-lipped smile from Frank.
Ooh.
goes to step back up, needs help to get back into the helicopter, and the other person just doesn't even nod, just kind of gives you all that, like, very blank, I almost said sin stare, instead of
Heck.
instead of socio stare,
Yeah.
Same thing.
looking at you almost like calculating the distance. How easy would it be to snipe everybody here if someone pulls a gun? Who looks most likely to pull a gun?
It's Frank.
Au revoir. He says in terrible French.
And they leave. And boss about faces, but yeah, she about faces, says nothing, leaves.
Frank bums a cig off a Sin. Yeah. Sits down just on the edge of the helipad.
Well, there's nothing else.
Indiana. Guys, Indiana,
She leaves. Just
Probably.
walking off.
a little time and about what happened.
I think you're cutting out. I heard guys, Indiana, a little time about what happened.
Do you guys have a little time to talk about what
Oh.
happened?
Yeah.
I don't know, we're
Frank
sitting
takes a
about-
long drag and is like, yeah, sure.
I didn't mean to cause so much damage. I reacted, panicked, something.
In your defense,
And,
there was 3
called in.
giant bags.
Called in too much firepower. I don't need you to cover for me on it. It's okay. I'm a big boy.
Bong's a big
Thank
boy.
you for trying. Know if any of you are gonna be able to look me in the eye after this, so
Indiana
I mean,
points out,
you guys
if we're the good guys, why are we so worried about what the bad guys will do?
when good guys make a mistake, the other good guys think that they're the bad guys. If you guys really want, I'll leave the Ramblers. I want to be the reason people start throwing around bounties.
Sin will slap a hand on your shoulder, look you in the eye, and be like, "Oh, don't worry, you're still my buddy. I'm not gonna let you just walk out of here. We're gonna die together, gloriously."
Frank flicks the cigarette off the edge of the tanker. And he stands up. Says, "It's never been about the bounties. It's about doing the right thing. If I had my druthers, right thing is talking to those folks." And
Yeah.
All right.
he's like, "We don't have the okay to do that from the boss yet, but after something like that, you fess up and you hang now, or you run and you hang later. Don't matter whose rope it is, neither. Could be your own."
Yeah, Sin looks to Indiana. He's like, "If you think the crew respected us enough to stick with us originally, nah. We're sticking together because we're doing things to help other people out. Accidents happen, mistakes are made. They're not gonna never forgive us for this."
Even just with that, like partial quote, yeah, I feel.
Word.
Yeah.
We've all done things we're not proud of. We just kind of have to live with that and make up for it as we go. Just have to keep taking the better missions and make sure we do better. Save more people than we kill.
Really sorry I dragged you guys to this point.
And
I've been through the mud before. I ain't no worried.
yeah, and Frank looks at Indiana and is like, I respect your decision. I understand whatever you do. You don't need our kind of trouble necessarily. I still wouldn't mind having you. Fuck. I still would like to have you. I can't really leave this family. About all I got anymore. So I'm here. As far as I'm concerned, all y'all are family. Better or worse. Worst thing that can happen to a family is everyone goes to the winds, but Frank stops and he's like, alright. Yeah, he fucking looks and goes, alright. He says, somebody should probably talk to the captain about that, but before the day is over, somebody's probably gonna have to send a message out. Not gonna leave this unclaimed. Too many people. Not enough answers. Drive people crazy. He gets up, kind of stretches, and he's gonna head back to his room.
If nobody has anything else, I think that's a good place to wrap up for now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like to
that's good.
picture Sin, Howler still standing there, and then in the background is Frank going through one door, Indiana going through another door as they go their separate ways to do their separate things. That's like a freeze frame, as it.
Yeah, right? No,
That is-
excellent, like, ending framing. I love that.
Now I get to ruin it with a post-credit scene
No!
where
Yeah,
Oh, that could be a
Games.
pre-game scene next time.
where cuts back to the island and it's still night. It's still raining. This is like T plus 1 minute after Doomsday. After the apocalypse, which was now.
Yeah.
And we see that Iskander. Still, actually, put together's one thing to say. Half of it's been blown off, especially like all of the plating and the infrastructure, or the superstructure to one of its legs, which just drags behind it with this sad, mechanical, almost whimper of a whir as it drags it along. Both of its hands out, sparking and fuming as it's projecting two little gravity sleds to pull the Tortuga and the other mech out. Gets them away from the crater.
In the flames.
The crater and the flames and the oof. And then it just kind of stops and falls over onto its side. And we hear someone kicking on it before finally part of the chest pops off as an emergency hatch. And the pilot of it crawls out and stands up, dazed, kind of hits himself on the head to get himself right, and walks over first to the other mech, the one that's not Tortuga, and opens it up, pries open the hatch, and the other pilot's in. He's like, "How many fingers?" And the other pilot just turns and he's like, "Yeah, you're fine," and leaves him in there just in his cockpit seat. Goes back to the other one and cranks it off and helps the other guy up, who quickly like rips off his helmet. And it's just like, God damn it! What the fuck? I don't. Fuck, these people counted on us. And just starts pacing in a circle as the other two mechs show up. And they both pause, and we just hear, like, from in their cocks, they're like, what? Fuck. We're gonna find who did this, and we're gonna fucking kill them! Right, team? We're gonna something, we're gonna...
We are
And
the
then he just-
Shamblers.
And then he just falls over and faints from exhaustion.
Oh.
And we cut it there.
Damn.
Yeah, today was not what I expected, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, rarely is it though, James.
It's
Rarely is
another.
it.
No, it's another. Oh shoot! What was your wizard's name, Mike?
Tiff.
Tip.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
another Tiff cracks the orb.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
man.
but this time it wasn't me pulling shit out of my ass because I was like, really don't want to keep doing Water World.
Yeah.
So Tiff ends the world. No, this is more you guys made some really, really bad choices. And I'm happy about it. Because now I get to make you all deal with them.
To place blame, but I think one of us in particular made some bad choices.
Oh, wait, I guess on
You-
the screen, the Twitch screen, it's more this way, wrapping
Oopsie.
around the other side, like.
Yeah.
Just did a bad thing. I regret the
yeah.
thing I did.
Oh wait. It's this way.
But
Oh, it's flipped. Yeah, it's this
So,
way, wrapping around.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah.
anyways,
At least
regardless of which direction Computer King is in, let's start with the man, the myth, the legend, the murderer himself, back with all of the strength of the apocalypse rail and all of the fire of 1,000 tons of TNT. Computer King.
People keep asking if he's back. It's a question he can't quite figure out. But
I
yeah,
think
he thinks he's back.
with a vengeance.
I'm the Computer King, the super villain of streaming, and I just committed a war crime. Make this brief. You can find me in other games too, like Amsterdam every other week, or well, this is Yakshas, Cosmos on Sundays, or quickly, I run from Hench to Mantra on Wednesdays, where I don't commit war crimes. I let my players do that for me. So, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna cut it short because it's getting kind of late. Next.
Daniel.
What up? Sass McNasty69 here, or Daniel, or whatever, you know. You caught me here playing Sociopath Sin. I don't know why I just said hey.
Because he's
But-
kawaii desu.
But yeah, shit went boom, big
Christ,
boom.
this game.
But yeah, for the sake of time, I will also say that you can catch me here almost every single night on random games all throughout the week. So just swing by, check our Twitter at Paratheater, for our whole schedule. And
Mike.
say it.
Say it with your mic on.
Oops, I
Mike.
needed to check my chart. Hello everybody, my name is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free, and today you've caught me playing Frank. Frank's having a time. He said he'd never go back to this, and Frank is inadvertently back to this. You can also catch me on Saturdays where I am in Bitter Ends, a game that happens after Kong comes to the area. You can also catch me on Mondays, where I am in Starfinder, Fire Shrike as Ex-Paralictor Burn Ward, also known as the Head Knight of Patella, the head cop, the chief of Patellans, if you will. And their glorious octagonal table. And you can also catch me on Thursdays, where I am either running Project Severovo like we did yesterday, where things got a little bit weird. I can't describe it. Just watch the VOD. And I'm also running New Amsterdam next week, which is going to be a fantastic time because they're about to get in a big old fight. And if you are currently watching on Twitch, thank you so much. We love you. Also, check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Paradise Theater. If you are currently watching on YouTube, thank you very much. We love you. But check us out on Twitch at twitch.com/pair_o_dice_theater. And that's twitch.tv, /pair_o_dice_theater. And if you like the hot and fast and sexy world of scheduling, you also happen to be a big old fan of community interaction, and you love hot memes, catch us at Pair Theater on Twitter. My name is Mike, also known as WinBev, get one free.
And I think I will take over for the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, and he wrote me up a fucking script. Let's see how quickly until I go off it. Hi guys, I'm James. Fuck. Hi guys.
1 second.
He's Cyrus Smith. You've caught him playing Indiana, the Yaksha who just aided and abetted a war crime. Very fair. You can watch him next Monday playing Twinkle Bailey, who is a great captain, I hear. Wednesday playing Acer, who has a lot more... Who's got more troubles, the Ramblers or Acer? Answer in the poll below. And Thursday playing the Bambino, who's... He's got that Baba Ganoush, you know? True. Unfortunately, no game this Sunday. We will not have Tales from the Cosmos, where all of us have way too many characters. As his voice decided to abandon him. Thanks for tuning in, and it's on to our I don't know if I'd say fearless GM, because now I don't know what I feel no more. Hi-ho, friendos. My name is James, otherwise known as Night here. Caught me here today kind of DMing. I had plans. They say no plan survives contact with the enemy. I think that should also be and players.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually quite happy because this means I can. There's a lot I can do with this.
The script writes itself.
Oh yeah, I love it when my characters either kill themselves and entire worlds, commit mass war crimes. It makes things easier for me. Yeah, GM makes plans, players laugh. You can also catch me here on Sunday where I play a whole lot of different characters, including probably one of my most favorite characters that I play now, Growl. Grr. Like next that.
Not this Sunday, next Sunday.
Not this Sunday. We won't have it this Sunday, but it's usually every Sunday. You can also find me here, depending on the Thursday, either in Project Severovo, where I kind of play myself. Kind of play Ian, who does Ian know what's going on anymore, and that's the problem. And every other Thursday, including this upcoming Thursday, when we have our New Amsterdam, where I play Dove, who's getting ready to fucking pull the fucking sword and kill people. Yeah! Finally, I'm playing Cyberpunk Fighter, and I'm in combat. I get to help. And that is me. So let us get out of here and RIP all of those innocents.
RIP
all those innocents.
Not so innocent.
So fuck, they killed them all.
I killed them all. Not just the men, but the women and children too.
But the women and children too.
It do be like that though.
Holy shit! Whoa!
Gunnar, we
I
are.
was not ready for that.
Gunnar.